Thank you very much for joining me. How you been? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Back. Steve Renazizi. I'm the guy. I'm the guy. Fucking lit. I'm the guy. Steve Renazizi. Lit. I'm the guy. I'm the guy. Fucking lit. I'm the guy. Steve Renazizi. What's the odds? What's the odds? What's the odds?
Hey guys, it's What's the Odds with Steve Renazizi in Cleveland, joined by my buddies Brenton and Lucas as always. I'm in a hotel room staring at the edge of the dog pound, the Brown Stadium, whatever it is, the house that Deshaun Watson disgraced, but the house that Joe Flacco brought back from disgrace last year. That was a fucking fun time. Now Joe Flacco's got a new job, right? We'll cover it. We're going to talk about free agency, how the Bills have no one left in their team, and Brenton somehow going to spin it into
What are you
a positive.
talking about? You mean the Giants have no one left on their team?
How Brenton picked every Oppenheimer movie category, so he obviously won the Oscar pool. I went to Florida, and we went to Hooters, and that was a blast. And then also, what else? We've got. What else do we talk about? There was something else we were going to bring up too, right?
It's March Madness, Steve.
Yeah, I'm watching the games in the background.
We're
I
in the thick of it.
I hope your whole bracket's busted, Brenton. I hope you had the whole fucking thing coming down to Kentucky winning it all.
This guy right here attended Oakland University for about a year and a half. Yeah, I dropped out to move to California with 16 credit hours left.
Wait. Time out. You went to Oakland, but then you moved to California? Where the fuck is Oakland?
Oakland University is in Rochester, Michigan. It's in Oakland County, Michigan.
What?
It's not in California. It's in Michigan. Everyone thinks it's in California. It is in Rochester.
I bet my whole bracket, I go, hell yeah, 12 kids from Oakland can beat fucking in basketball. You kidding me?
No,
holy shit,
I've
he's
been
right.
to Oakland, dude.
I mean, it's probably a lot of kids from Detroit are on the team and the surrounding Michigan areas. There's some good basketball programs in Michigan. Yeah. We don't have a football team, but we have a pretty good basketball team that's been in the tournament before. And they pulled the big upset yesterday.
Damn, I thought it was Oakland, California, bro.
No.
You schooled us.
And now that I've brought them up on the podcast and millions of people are hearing about them and getting this kind of exposure, I expect them to send me an honorary degree for journalism, since I didn't finish the 16 credit hours and do the internship. But
they should give me an honorary degree for geography, because I didn't even know where the fuck they were, and now I do.
Were they originally in Oakland and they moved?
No.
Oakland, like everything else in Oakland?
No. Oakland County. Oakland County is in Michigan. It's the second richest county in America, behind Orange County.
Is that why the Lakers were the Lakers, and then they moved from Minneapolis to Los Angeles, and then they were like, "No, we're still the Lakers." And they're like, "But it doesn't really make any sense out here." And you're like, "Nah, we're the Lakers."
Yeah, they don't have jazz in Utah.
Yeah,
there's no jazz in Utah.
There's no black people in Utah. There's no black people in Utah. So yeah, it doesn't make any sense, but neither does this podcast, to be honest with you. So I can't. Who are we to throw stones? Brenton. NFL free agency has begun. Some things are more clear. Some things remain unclear. As a Giants fan, I kind of enjoy it. I'll tell you why.
What?
It's a murder mystery, dude. We still don't know who done it.
I'm the one who's spitting this?
You
lost 70% of your offensive production out the door. Gone. Your defensive coordinator walked. You've lost pieces on both sides of the football. What the fuck are we talking about? Absolutely
wrong. Can't be more wrong. First of all, 70% of zero is still fucking zero. So when it's all going out the door, zero is still zero, okay? Right? Thank you. Number two, we gave up $33 million in a deal that the Eagles eagerly went for. Look, Saquon gave us a chance to match at the Giants, and they said no. Everyone was livid. Everybody went nuts. The whole fucking world turned upside down. playing for the Eagles is the worst thing in the world. Yeah, of course I don't want him to play for the Eagles, but I know he deserves to get his money. He's been underpaid for the entire career. Go get your money. But who's going to give it to you? Not us. We're not going to get Giancarlo Stanton into this thing. And I'll tell you why. Because we use that money that we saved on him and Xavier McKinney, who I then bitched about and go, well, this guy's a young guy. What the fuck are we doing? Well, they took that money and they rolled it into 5 positions. One of them being one of the premier edge rushers who's also talented and young and under contract now. Thank you. 2 offensive linemen, a DB, all sorely needed. Let's hope none of them are Nate Solder, part 2.0 that we sign after the whole fucking thing's done. We end up paying a guy to sit on the bench. I believe in this administration. I believe in the moves that they made. I believe our team has gotten better. Okay? We didn't have a fucking You know what? We still can sit on a little bit of cash, and we can watch the fire sale that's going on up north. We can see the dumpster fire from New York City up in Buffalo. We can see the fucking flames and the smoke rising from the ashes. And we'll pull off some of the extra people, including one of your fucking safeties or DBs if we want to. Ladarius White. He looks great in blue.
Tre'Davious White, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tre'Davious Ladarius White. Okay? They all look good in giant blue.
Yeah. So you're talking about Tre'Davious White, who hasn't played in 2 seasons because of injuries.
The blue medical 10. The blue medical 10 he's talking about.
You know what that says to me? You know what that says to me? That says 2 years of not wear and tear and fresh to go to prove people wrong.
I hope so. I like the kid.
Number 1. Number 2. Just wrap it all up. What is this?
It's not your birthday.
It's not my birthday. Why did it do that, Brenton?
I don't know. Zoom updates all the time.
For those of you
just
you
doing finger things in your tone and then balloons.
Something in my Zoom just sent a whole load of hot air balloons or balloons across my face. I didn't like it at all. But if it's celebrating my great point, I'll take it. Because the mystery still remains. Who do we take with the number 6 pick?
Yeah.
Are we going a quarterback? Are we going to go offensive lineman? Are we going to move down? Are we going to move up? So there is still mystery there.
Yeah, I don't think you go quarterback.
Receiver.
Again,
I think you go receiver or you go offensive lineman or you trade back.
Maybe we go receiver and get Oduzies out from Washington, right? And then at the end of the first round, we trade back up to the end of the first round with maybe, say, Baltimore and go get Michael Penix Jr. and have them, team up together from the college days, a la Joe Burrow and homeboy, Jamar Chase. Okay? Maybe that works out. You got Daniel Jones to start. It can all come together still. It's all could come together still. And I still believe in what is going on. Please explain to me what is going on with the dumpster fire that we see going on up north.
I don't understand.
The last time we talked, you were like,
get you.
I'm hoping that this is going to happen. These 3 things. And then all of a sudden, it was within hours of us hanging up with each other. It was like, what's going on in Buffalo? Everyone is for sale. Anyone not named Allen is up for sale and gone. What's going on? Tell it to me.
Well, here's the thing, Steve. As long as you have Josh Allen and Josh Allen's healthy, you have a chance to win the Super Bowl. Everyone else is just supporting cast. So we still have Josh Allen. The players that they let go on defense were aging out. They were past their prime. They were going to be very expensive. They were cap casualties. They were necessary pieces to go. So we didn't necessarily lose anyone that we were like, oh, no, the team is in ruins now because we get Milano back healthy. We get Bernard back healthy. Rasul Douglas was a great pickup. They re-signed Taron Johnson and Rapp. So the defense actually looks pretty solid, and we have good D-line depth. They may still sign that Johnson kid from the Chargers. So I'm not worried about the defense. On the offensive side, Gabe Davis was going to be obviously too expensive and not worth the money. And Jacksonville, I think, is way overpaying for a guy when they could have just kept Calvin Ridley. who is a better player, in my opinion, and would have cost about the same. So I'm not worried about Gabe Davis. I love the Curtis Samuel signing. At first, I was like, Curtis Samuel, why? But then you look deeper at the stuff, and last year he had the third quickest burst, so he's got great speed. He can line up in the slot. He can line up on the outside. He's versatile, same as Diggs, same as Shakir. Dalton Kincaid can line up in the slot. He can line up at tight end. So they've got some solid weapons there, and they have 11 draft picks, so they can move up if they want to try to get another premier wide receiver. But we also have Justin Shorter, who hurt his hamstring and basically missed the entire season. He's 6'4". He's 230. He's got speed, so he could fill that role that Gabe Davis left if he steps up. James Cook is a solid running back. So I don't know. I didn't like that we lost a couple of pieces on the offensive line, but they've since kind of replaced them and they're shifting the line around. So as long as they can stay relatively healthy, this team is still very competitive.
Lucas, do you agree with this fucking shit spew that this kid just threw out there? That we lost a couple offensive linemen, and and if this 6'4" guy can step up, he'll be replacing Gabe Davis.
Justin Shorter could be a very good football player, and Mac Hollins. Okay. We know what Mac Hollins can do.
I know Gabe Davis is pretty good,
and he's got speed. So,
Steve, I'm eating this shit up with an ice cream spoon.
Well,
we were the second worst cap situation going into free agency, and Bean got us completely out of it, and we still have cash to spend. So we were like negative 43 million, and now we still have
I love how you say he got us out of it. Like it was like a magic wand.
It was.
He got you out of it because he cut many, many, many very good players.
Again, he also aging players that were past their prime.
Wow.
And also, just like any market, he re-signed guys and signed Samuel for a deal that was significantly less than what like Darnell Mooney got with the Falcons, which they're paying him $13 million a year.
Yes.
For which I'm a Mooney fan, but
Darnell Mooney, huge overpay. Gabe Davis, huge overpay. And then the Ravens just seem to keep signing or having visits with the exact same style of wide receiver. Like they're going to have 14 guys that play out of the slot and run down the field. It's insane. So I like the moves he's made. And at first the Samuel signing was perplexing, but then you look at it and go, okay, Bean drafted him when he was in Carolina, his last season in Carolina, and McDermott, or it was Joe Brady was the offensive coordinator. So these guys are going to know how to use him, and they're going to change the offense up a little bit. And it's going to be a lot harder to just focus attention on Diggs because we have some weapons.
And they also re-signed Epinesa, which I didn't think they do. He's a 25-year-old pass rusher who's coming into his prime in year 3. And like, usually that's the guy that they let get away.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't. And
there are players on this roster.
Yeah.
Guys, I think all three of us are so fucking delusional and so crazy.
We're not delusional.
And defending our team.
Your team was not good last year. And I worry about your weapons. For Daniel Jones, once again, you re-signed Paris Campbell and Isaiah Hodgins. Congratulations. Like, I worry about your anemic offense. Your defense looks like it could be pretty solid, but your offense has literally nobody. Darren Waller's not going to stay on the field.
Devin Singletary.
Yeah, congrats on getting
Devin Singletary for a third of the money we would have paid.
An undersized running back.
And wait till we get a Romeo Zumba. Okay.
Would you be mad if they trade down? Because I feel that they're going to be the first candidate to do so. Trade to like 11 with the Vikings.
It depends on what the first name selected and where that pick comes, and who went above it
to the Bears,
and who all those. No, I'm saying like if we from the point that we trade down, right, to the point where we actually select a name, all those players in that area could have been ours, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the answer to that question is, I don't know, because I don't know who those players are that were selected with that we could have had versus who we got versus who we're going to get in return. Can we turn it into something? You know what I'm saying? It's an equation, bro.
Yeah, I think you can still get Ozune or whatever the hell his name is at 11. And if you do, that's a win.
The problem is we need so many
It
things
does it.
You need a
that
lot of
it's
things.
like, yeah, that it's like, well, like we didn't get a quarterback. Well, no, because you needed a receiver and an offensive lineman. We didn't get a lineman. No, because you needed a quarterback and a receiver. We didn't get a receiver. No, you needed a quarterback and a lineman. There's a couple things. So not all like are going to be best case scenario. Now, chances are these guys are way smarter than I am, and they might be able to turn whatever they have now into a best case scenario where they get a great player at all three of those positions. But in the meantime, I mean, hopefully we get a great, 10-year starter at one of those three positions, offensive line, wide receiver, or quarterback out of this draft. That would be a win. That would be a great win. So, this administration has drafted, Kayvon Thibodeau, Evan Neal, and who else in the first round? Someone else in the first. So, Thibodeau's coming around. Evan Neal is, we're still on the fancy fence. So, and who's the other first round guy they got? The receiver. The year before.
Paris Campbell's not a first rounder, is he?
No,
no. He came from the Colts.
Not Kadarius Toney.
Kadarius Toney. No, what?
I don't think he was a first round pick.
Yeah, no, but I don't think Shane drafted Kadarius Toney. This is his third draft.
I don't think he'll take a first round pick though, or took a receiver in the first. I'm looking right now. Yeah, Deontay Banks came on Thibodeau.
Banks too. So Banks is good.
I think he's. Yeah, I think he's been. I don't know actually.
So that's what I'm saying. They haven't had any like huge failures yet, but we still have to give it a little time. And they haven't got to do what they wanted to do, is draft or pick their own quarterback, and we'll see. So
I mean,
the funny part is that I really believe it's like.
Wouldn't you say though?
So happy as Giants fans. As Giants fans, don't those fucking two great wins against the Packers and the New England Patriots feel so great right now? Aren't you so happy? Doesn't the memory of those two unusable wins, the feeling you got for the 5 seconds after where you went, oh, we won this week. Yeah. Doesn't that feel great instead of drafting, I don't know, third or second, being able to have whatever fucking quarterback you want, not named Caleb Williams? What do you think would feel better right now? Huh?
Hey, Lucas.
For the future.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't I bring up on this podcast when those wins were occurring that, Steve, wouldn't you be happier that they were just competitive in those games and lost, and you disagreed because you wanted to win? And I did. I
don't remember that.
Of course you
don't.
Someone have to check the tapes on that.
It fucking happened. Emma, pull up the tape.
Great.
Emma.
I'll tell you this. If that did happen, that's the first time you've ever been right on this entire podcast. So congratulations.
I've been right like 4 times before.
Yeah, I mean, look, again, we are in a
when he's right, he wins a lot of money.
Yeah.
He wins a lot of money when he's right.
Oh God, we'll never hear the end of this $1 million.
I didn't even bring it up.
Jesus Christ. Good God. Did you play Powerball? Why do I expect to win the Powerball? Why would I go to the Milos ticket?
I don't.
Am I like, you sure, guy? You got me the right ticket because this is the winner. Like I'm that positive when I win that, when I take those Powerball tickets. We went to we'll get off free agency for a second. I went to spring training with my boys for 2 days, and that was awesome. Because the reason I think about they do 50-50s at minor league ballparks. I love 50-50s. Those like they walk around with
Yeah.
You know what it is. It's pretty simple. You put in money, you get tickets, and the pot goes up, whatever, 10 grand, 50% goes to you and 50% goes to a charity. So Me and Simone buy, I don't know, $100 worth of 50-50 tickets. And all of them start with like J and then a number. They're like eighth inning. We're like, get your Powerball ticket. Like we had, it was like a receipt of the numbers that we had. Ready? A47. As soon as she said A, I was like ripping up the ticket. I go, A, we got 5,000 J's. How do we have A on the screen? It seemed impossible for me to imagine that we didn't have at least like 3 numbers correctly. The first thing that they said, we were out. That's baffling to me. Anyway, spring training's the shit. Have you guys ever been?
I haven't been.
It's awesome. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's because we're in New York and the weather's cold, and you go down to Florida, you get off the plane, it's fucking 85 degrees. We landed at like 10:30. We got a rental car. Like by 10:45, we were ready to go, but the stadium didn't open till like 11:30 because the game was at 1. And we were like right there, and we're like, well, what do we do? And I'm like, well, there's a Hooters right around the corner. So when in Florida, yeah, Rogue knows what the fuck I'm talking about. Horned up. Yeah, so the kids are like, we've never been to Hooters. And I was like, let's go. We walked into this fucking Tampa Hooters, dude. The 11 a.m. I mean, it was the best time to ever go to Hooters. The guy was walking out of just cleaning up the bathrooms, like fresh smell. The tits are perfect. There's no, like everyone looks the best they're going to look for the day. It's awesome. The 11 a.m. Tampa Hooters was the place to be. So we go inside, and our waitress, obviously you've been to Hooters before. Brenton, have you been to Hooters?
Steve, you act like I haven't toured with Paulie for almost a decade.
Oh, I forgot about
Paulie
that.
Shore is taking me to every Hooters, every strip club,
bro. Let's
every
do it,
tilt and kilt. I've been to all of them, all across the country.
I forgot about anywhere where the service people have to wear scantily clad outfits. Paulie's like, let's go, bro.
Yeah, I've seen them all.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
I've had plenty of wings and pot roast.
Well, Joan has never been, my youngest. And, if you know anything about me and my boys, my oldest is like he's like, yeah, whatever, cool. I've seen girls before. I've seen, Jonah walks in and he was like, oh, his eyes were like, whoa. He goes, I don't know what to look at, Dad, the butts jiggling or the boobies. And I was like, buddy, take it all in. That's why it's like a museum. You don't have to, and then he's looking at our waitress. Like she comes over to us to take her order, right? And he's just like, oh. He's like, I'll take some chicken wings, please. And then a guy walks by with just on his side right here, a gun, And Jonah was like, looking at the gun, then back at the boobs, then back at the gun, back at the boobs. And then he turns, he's like, Dad, Florida's the best place ever. Like, dude, he's like, that guy, Yankee baseball, Hooters, guys with guns. And I was like, yeah, dude. And it's not even 11 a.m. yet. Isn't this fucking place great? So we changed in the parking lot of the Hooters and went over to the game. And it was awesome because, the access to the players is sick. They're walking around Juan Soto, just like, it's you in a chain link fence, but separating them. So he ran down there, try to get some autographs, blah, blah, blah. Watched a lot of BP. Simone's the best, comes in, like top of the first inning, right on time, huffing and puffing. Hey, what's up? It was awesome to see him. Hung out, did that. I mean, it was like 85 degrees, which the weather was fucking perfect. Then we went back to Lakeland where Simone lives. We went to a barbecue place that night, crushed some delicious barbecue. Get back to the hotel room. My fucking oldest goes at 9:00. We're in the hotel. He goes, I'm going down to the gym. I go, what? He goes, yeah, I got to work out. He works out every day. He's like, I can't skip today. It's chest day. I go, we just fucking ate like ribs, barbecue, dude. Like, you're going to go work out?
You're raising
like
fucking
10:00. He comes up. Yeah, dude. He comes up 10:00. He worked out and ran 2 miles, all sweaty and shit. I go take a shower. I was like, God damn, this kid is the opposite of me. Meanwhile, I don't have my GERD pillow, so I'm like, I'm in trouble on my end. This kid's fucking Jack LaLanne down in the fucking in the basement of the Holiday Inn. So yeah, next morning we went to Cracker Barrel. They've never been to Cracker Barrel either. And they're like, and they ate like the biggest breakfast I've ever seen them eat. And they're like, Jonah was like, this place is just as good as Hooters, but in a different way. And I was like, yes, in a more wholesome way, like less tits, more Adirondack chairs. But I get you. And then we went to the Yankees at the Tigers in Lakeland. We're right where Simone lives, which was awesome because that was like a little bit of a more like fan friendly, like a little low laid back, low key. You can go like plenty of places to catch fly balls, foul balls. And at one point we were sitting like the boys were catching fly balls during BP, and I was under like by the bar under some shade, talking to a cop, and then Jonah comes over to me and he's like, "I'm hot. Let's get a water." Blah blah blah. And then all of a sudden, you know who walks right by? Hall of Famer Alan Trammell from
Wow.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Yep. And Jonah gets his autograph, which was awesome. Alan Trammell, HOF. I was like, that's awesome. So yeah, you got like 3 home run balls from batting practice. So one of them got signed. So it's awesome. He's got one for the rotation in his actual. Now he hits it with it. He goes, now I know what a real baseball, like when I go to the majors, what it feels like to hit a Major League Baseball. I go, good. Then he goes, he has one for, he's going to keep the Alan Trammell one locked away, safe, next to the Derek Jeter one. And then a baseball to practice his grips with for pitching, he said. So I go, what an unbelievable. And then we got jumped on a plane after that game and came home. It was like 40 hours in Florida. It was sick. Oh, the other thing is we were walking to the car after the second game. And we had the foul balls. And as we're like, you walk through like a field. And as we're walking to find our car, this old man pops out of the corner he goes, caught yourself a fly ball, eh? And my son's like, yeah. He's like, those are $16 a piece, made in Taiwan. We were like, whoa, okay, old man. He disappeared into the midair.
So did you explain to him this is the other side of Florida? You saw the good stuff. Here's the other side.
Yeah, I go,
here's a swamp creature.
Yeah, this guy just came out of an alligator's mouth here. So yeah, it was sick, dude. We had a really great time. It was fucking a blast. I suggest anyone that's interested in baseball and or warm weather and cheap fun times, spring training is where it's at. That was my first time ever in the Florida one, so it was really, really fun. I suggest anyone go for it if you want to. Yeah. What else? What did I miss? Oh. Go ahead, Lucas.
I was gonna say Oscars, but we're not over baseball yet.
No, I think that was Let's get to the Oscars because I'm not happy with your technique, Brenton, and what you tried to pull here by just voting for one movie for the entire thing.
Look, man, I've changed the way I gamble, and I'm fine losing 3 if that means I win 7.
Well, it really takes away from the spirit of what we were trying to accomplish here.
I'm trying to make everybody a better gambler. Okay. What are 50-50s and double ups doing to your life right now? They're making it better. Just take the percentage wins and just take the easy money. Stop trying to be cute. Oppenheimer was the best film that was made last year. It was nominated for everything. It's exactly the kind of film that the Oscar committee loves to push and champion, and it was an easy call. I was shocked that it was Robert Downey Jr. for Best Supporting, but at the same time, not really, because he was in Oppenheimer.
I wasn't shocked because that's the one Oppenheimer thing I got right. I voted for him. Do you remember that?
I do. So and I wasn't going to, and you bullied me into it.
Well, I did it because he was the best performance, dude. I voted on artistic integrity. You voted with your fucking wallet. Like a businessman.
That's what this is.
I don't like it. I don't like what this has turned into. I used to go at this thing from an art form. Okay. I picked. Well, who's right about best song? Dum. Ken. Although that was the best performance of the night.
Was the best. Yeah, you want to talk about artistic? Well, blah blah blah. That was by far the best performance.
Well, Ryan Gosling should be he should be nominated for a Grammy for his performance at the Oscars.
Yes. Or an Emmy. Is that a category? Like just that segment?
Just let him host.
Yeah.
Why do they have non-actors hosting the Academy Awards? Let an actor host it.
Well, they've done
They
that.
did it before with
Yeah, they've
James
done that.
Franco and Anne
And
Hathaway.
yeah, it didn't go well.
Yeah, they sucked.
You need somebody with some comedic timing. And if
could
you
do
have
it.
two, you need chemistry. Just bring back
No.
Billy Crystal.
Just let Ryan Gosling do it next year. Let him do it. They'll respect him. They'll listen to him. He's one of them. So they don't listen to Jimmy Kimmel anymore. They don't they go and they see Jimmy when they want to promote their movie. That's it. Jimmy's not one of them. Jimmy's not a beautiful Oscar person. Let Ryan Gosling do it. Plus, if you want to do a musical opening, the guy can sing and dance, obviously. He's like the new Billy Crystal, except beautiful. So let him do it. He gets it's a win for everyone. Women love him. Men love him. He's fucking funny. He's also very funny, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You can't play Ken. If you did not have a funny if you had like a serious great actor play Ken with no comedic chops, it's real bad. You need someone who can walk that line of funny, and he's very funny too.
Yeah, we just rewatched The Nice Guys, and he's awesome in that. It's hilarious.
Yeah, dude. Let him do it. Let Ryan Gosling.
Not a bad selection, but does Ryan Gosling want to do it? It's a thankless job, and you just criticized for everything you do. No one's good at it.
I think he wants to be in a movie
everyone.
that he gets nominated for, so he doesn't. I think he really can't probably do it. But it'd be even cool if he was nominated.
He should have won for La La Land. He should have won Best Supporting Actor in that.
No.
He sung, he danced, he was acting great. He did everything in that film. What more do you want from the guy?
He did the same thing in Barbie too, and he got nominated for that. So, they gave him his fucking flowers. Overall,
he didn't win though.
I think I got out of the acting categories. I got, I got Cillian Murphy wrong. Fuck, that was the killer.
How did you not?
That
was the layup of layups.
The layup of layups. What are you talking about? Paul Giamatti won a lot of the awards on the way up to this thing, dude. It wasn't like a walk in the park.
No, it was a walk in the park.
The only one that Cillian Murphy won, I think, was the BAFTA. I think homeboy Giamatti won the SAG award, and a couple other ones, dude. So,
Killers of the Flower Moon didn't win anything.
I know, and that was the one I was like, I should have stuck with you guys, but the reason was I'm like, if it's a tie, I want to be able to be on the side of the girl from Killers of the Flower Moon, and she was pissed. I heard. Did you hear about that?
Mm-hmm.
She was pissed. What did she say? What did she? What like? I didn't really know. All I heard was that she was like had said something, or she, like I know I saw like a thing. Scorsese had to console her. There was a picture of like Scorsese hugging her, and she was crying. Like, I wonder what that is. Like, that's to me very strange. That move where you're like, that to me feels very. I deserve, like, this is my reparations award. Like,
and then a white girl took it from it.
Like, do you think this girl like honestly believes that she was the best performance of the year? Like this, she's very good from what I've seen, dude. Again, I'm only 2/3 of the way in the movie. I'll finish it one day.
I've tried to watch the first Dune.
I think I know how it ends.
Times.
By the way, I'm here, and she's still crying about stuff. So I'm pretty sure I know how the fucking movie ends. Okay. My fat white ass is here, and she's all upset about stuff still. So I get it, but I know that she was a great performance. But the fact that I don't know, like I would never. I know I used to have a joke about it where it's like these people act so surprised they won. It's not a surprise, but I would never assume that I was going to win. I never would. Although I say that now, I'm never knowing that I'll never be in that position, but. Like, I guess if I won every other award leading up to it, I would have the assumption that I'm probably going to win, and I would be prepared. But if I was like not winning anything up to that point, or I was like I was winning every other one, you know what I'm saying? It's like I would not assume that I was going to be the winner, and therefore I would not be upset under any circumstance if someone else won or feels slighted. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
She feels like I think she like was like, oh, this you have to give this to me. That's crazy. But then again, she's an actress. So she's definitely crazy. She's a crazy person. They're all crazy. I like Robert Downey Jr.'s speech the best because I didn't realize that was the first award he's ever won. I would assume that he was like 50 awards at this point, but that he's been nominated, but he never won. And that was cool because, you know, he probably thought at some point he was never going to win an award or probably ever going to work again. So very, very cool. But
he's also never taken an acting class.
So that makes sense.
Pretty impressive.
That dude was born with what the kids call the Riz. Okay, yeah. You know what I'm saying? The Riz.
But he was nominated for Chaplin and for what's the Ben Stiller war movie remake?
Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder. Thank you.
You know, that was on the other day, and I almost put it on. But then I was thinking, where was I? I was in, Jonah had some friends over the house. They were running around doing some stuff, and I always put it on. But then I was thinking, I'm like, oh, the blackface. Like, I don't even know like what flies anymore. Like, do they cut stuff? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
if you watch it on TV, it's heavily edited. But they try to cancel that movie like every 6 months, and it doesn't work. Because it's so funny, and people of all races go to defend it and say it's a fucking movie, it's satire, it's hilarious, like just leave it alone. So yeah, Robert Downey Jr. They're not going to cancel him for that.
No, he's fine, dude. Look, he's okay. He's made it to the other side. He's not going to get in trouble. I mean, unless he gets crazy, which could happen. And that would be another version of Robert Downey Jr. I was happy that he won. And then, I guess I was a little bit surprised on how many awards Oppenheimer won, as far as, you know, everything else. I knew Christopher Nolan was going to win. I knew it would win Best Picture, but I didn't think Cillian. And then who won the lady awards? Emma Stone won. What?
They're not the lady award.
The lady Oscars.
He's not wrong.
The women.
He's not wrong.
Come on.
The lady female. The female. Oh, they call best lady.
You just had like a moment of like, I can't put this film on because the blackface is insensitive, and then we cut right to and then the lady awards.
The lady versions of the Oscars. Oh, Holdovers lady won. I told you she was going to win. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. And then
Billie Eilish won.
I told him that too. And I told you, Emma Stone. I went the other way. Emma Stone. I did watch that movie, dude.
Is it good?
Holy shit. First of all, Mark Ruffalo is amazing in it. Amazing. I mean, she's amazing too, but it's wild, dude. It's fucking wild. It's definitely different than anything I've ever seen. So crazy. Not for like we try to watch it at night, Tracy and I, like the kids were still up. Like we had to wait till like they were out. Because like she's getting fucked in every scene. She's completely nude. The premise is that she's basically an adult with a child's brain. They literally put it like a child's brain in her fucking head. So she's like developing and she has the body of an adult, but like the thoughts and actions of a child. It's pretty fucking crazy.
So it's like 13 going on 30, but on meth.
Meets Frankenstein.
Sounds fun.
But meets young Frankenstein too, because it's very funny in certain parts. Rami Youssef is very funny. And I got to say, What's his name? I said him. What the fuck?
Ruffalo?
Ruffalo is so good, and again, a part that's very, very hard to play because he's not a good guy. He has pretty much
like
zero redeem. Yeah, he kind of like realizes that all this girl wants to do is fuck, and then like kidnaps her. And he's like, "All right, I got a fuck machine now." Anyway, I don't want to give the movie away. Spoiler alert. So yeah, it's very. But when you see it, you go, "Oh, okay, that makes complete sense." Like, it's not like the Killers of the Flower Moon chick is like she lost to like bad perform. Like, this was a brilliant performance that only few people could do. And the only reason this movie gets made is because there's people like Emma Stone in the world. That's it.
And
you're not giving this part to Killers of the Flower Moon chick. Yeah, so she's a very talented lady.
Yeah.
Super bad.
I mean, yeah,
she won. I mean, she won for La La Land, but I also think she might have been nominated for Birdman too.
Yeah, she'll be like a Meryl Streep in the sense that like if she knocks one out of the park, they're not going to miss her. They're not going to. She's going to get a nod, and she'll be definitely, she's in the game. She's so. Again, that's what I'm saying. Like, when you lose to someone like that, Killers of the Flower Moon lady, you got to just take it. You didn't lose to like.
You didn't lose to me.
Yeah. You got to just take it, lady. The win is getting nominated.
Mm-hmm.
You got to take it. I know that comes from a fucking middle-aged straight white man, but
yeah, but at the same time, getting nominated, that basically means that she's never going to have to audition for anything, at least for a long time, and I'm sure her pay goes up significantly on every project she's offered. So, like,
by the way, that's bullshit. Everyone has to still do things, dude.
I know they still have to do things, but now projects are being written and created in mind of a certain person versus I'm just going in because I match the description of a character.
There will be more doors open, but for the one she really wants to get, she's probably gonna have to still read, dude. I'm just telling you the truth. I know a little bit about it. If Bill Belichick had a fucking interview for meetings for job interviews, this lady's gonna have to fucking audition, dude. I'm telling you.
Who was it? There was
not to bring it back to sports, but
there was a former. Speaking of Belichick, good segue. There was a former Patriots defensive back that was saying that he believes that Belichick would go to the Bills if Dermott gets fired. I just saw it. I was just scrolling on Instagram and one of the sports pages posted it. I wish I could. I should have saved it. And it's very vague, but just someone else who shares my sentiment. And he's a guy who knows Belichick really well. And Belichick would fit perfectly in Buffalo. So I'm just saying, if Sean can't get it done this year, give me Bill.
I mean, what a strange turn of events that would be for you guys. I think
getting it would the greatest coach in the history of NFL football.
Yeah, that would be a great coup, but you would have to be either one of two things. You'd have to make sure that your grocery shopper can still shop for the groceries. The GM can still do the GM job. Mm-hmm. And or if you're going to hand it all over to him, you better make sure the car is ready to be run. You can't still be missing pieces because he ain't going to find them.
Well, look, I don't think, to go back to the beginning of the podcast, I don't think we're necessarily missing very many pieces. And also, we still have 11 draft picks. So there can be a lot of depth gotten, and there can be a lot of moves done, and we can move up, we can move back. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity. But yeah, I don't think Belichick would come in and take Brandon Beane's job because there aren't too many GMs other than maybe Pittsburgh's GM that have done just an incredible job. He's definitely a top 5 GM right now in football with what he's been able to do and assemble. And
well, we'll see. This year is it's still a work in progress, bro. You never, I don't think, I don't know. Again,
we had a window. We had a window with the guys that let go. We had that Super Bowl window. And now we've basically just reset a few of those positions, but they're still going to be hyper competitive, and they're still a Super Bowl contender. That hasn't changed.
I think you guys are relying on the draft. Excuse me, a lot more than you have ever had to in the past. Correct? Like you have.
Not necessarily.
Like any other year.
It's just we have way more opportunity this year because we have 11 picks. I mean, Beans never had 11 picks to work with.
But you're also going to have to hit on a lot of them, and in a big way, because I think you need some day one starters out of those picks, dude. How many day one starters do you need out of those? You don't need all 11, but you need like 5.
We need a depth piece at safety. We probably need one more depth piece at corner, and if we can get an elite receiver,
you don't need a wide receiver.
If we can we got Mac Hollins, we got Justin Shorter, and we got Curtis Samuel in free agency. So one of those guys could.
Justin Shorter. You're so hard for Justin Shorter, dude.
Do you even know who that is?
No, that's why.
Pull up the highlights.
I'm not hard for a guy I don't even know the fuck it is.
He didn't play last year because of injury. He's 100% healthy, and to your point, no wear and tear on the body. 6'4" with speed.
Okay, I trust you. I'm just saying, dude. If you're in a situation where you are relying solely on the draft, that is a different place for you guys to be in. Correct?
We're not relying solely on a draft. We're not.
Okay.
We've had some good signings. This team is still the best team in that division. The Dolphins, you want to talk about a team getting decimated. The fucking Dolphins let most of their key players on defense walk so they can pay Tua $55 million a year. And that's going to happen.
Yeah, they did a lot. They had a lot of movement.
To happen, and now you're not going to be able to pay the pieces that you need in future years because you're paying this mediocre quarterback. So
they lost a lot on their defense.
The Dolphins have taken a big step back. The Jets still have a very good team, but I don't believe in their quarterback, and I think you're going to see that implode. And the Patriots are definitely at the beginning of a complete rebuild. So the Bills are still the favorite to take the division. They're, as long as Allen's healthy, they're basically a shoe-in to make the playoffs.
Steve, where the hell are you?
Where do you think I am?
Your camera turned off.
Yeah.
Oh. That's because I was taking a shit.
Oh, you're taking
a shit. That was my guess. That was fast.
Yeah. Jesus, that was fast. Did you even wipe?
No. I don't wipe anymore.
Not in Cleveland.
No, when you're in Cleveland, you don't wipe, dude. But
the Browns, baby.
And onto that white bed.
Leave it on the Browns. I rambled on too much, Brenton, about your. You basically bored the shit out of me, literally. God damn, Brenton.
You're welcome.
I have an Oscars question still. I don't want to get off this.
Okay.
Yeah,
how do we feel about the senile old man coming out to present Best Picture? Because I feel like this is a tradition they should. Really?
Stick with it. Stick with it, dude. Let the oldest, craziest, most loose cannon person give out the biggest award of the night and the last one. I think it should be a time tradition. And I think it will be awesome when Will Smith is like, in like 25 years when he's like old crazy, they bring him back out to give out the best, it should be yes. And I could probably list 3 or 4 people that I can name next year that should be in, and we should be able to vote on who the person that does. Like Gary Busey should be in the conversation. Right? How many years does Gary Busey have left on this fucking earth?
He's got a lot. Don't talk like that.
Academy Award nominee Gary Busey. That sounds regal enough to give out the last award, so he didn't win, but he was nominated. Right?
He's only 79. He could run for president.
I'm telling you right now, dude, he's a young chicken compared to some of these guys. He's younger than fucking Pacino.
Yeah. He's a year younger than Robert De Niro, who just had a child.
Let's give out the biggest award of the night by someone who barely can make it to the microphone. Like, will they make it to the microphone? Will they need assistance to get there? Will they know which end of the microphone is the amplification end of the microphone? Will they know what the envelope indicates? Will they know what's inside the envelope? Will they know how to read the thing that's on the envelope? Will they say will they just say the one that they want to win? And fuck the envelope. Like, this is great. Nope. Like, it not only adds suspense to whatever movie. Like, we all knew Oppenheimer was going to win this year. But But if you think that the guy giving out the award is a crazy person who might not want it to win, then I say we give Trump a chance at it.
Yeah,
why not? Why not? Let's give Biden a chance or Trump a chance. Whoever loses the election gets to give out the award next year. Okay? And Biden's not going to see any of the movies. He's not going to know how to any of the stuff. He could fuck it up big time. That'd be fun to watch. So look, I agree with you, Lucas. I like this idea and it's a great way to honor our elder generation. This is in no way, shape, or form are we turning our backs to them. This is the most prestigious award of the year, and it will be given out by one of our oldest, craziest, most loose end people. Do it. How many crazy? I mean, we've done this before, right? A crazy. Remember when was it Judy Garland that gave it out a couple years? Or who gave it out? She was like
Liza Minnelli.
Yes, another great example. Yes. Do you know who was a great person to possibly? Wendy Williams. We'll do. How about Wendy Williams next year? She's another great person to possibly give out the award. So yeah, Lucas, I'm 100% in to honoring our older generation by letting them give out the biggest award of the year. Why not? It makes sense to me. Two things I want to get back to. Number one, before we wrap up on football, who do you think are the biggest, and be honest, who's the biggest winner so far in free agency?
Steelers. It's not even close.
When you think about the Steelers quarterback room right now, they have Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, and who is their third quarterback?
I don't know if they have a third quarterback because they got rid of Pickett, and I think Mason Rudolph's gone too, and Trubisky went back to Buffalo.
But their entire quarterback room costs less than $1 million.
No, it's less than $5 million because Fields is still on his rookie contract.
So Drew Lock,
Wilson's $1.2 million.
The Giants' backup quarterback makes $5 million, which is more than the entire quarterback room for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And you have arguably two quarterbacks better than Drew Lock in there.
And you have Gardner Minshew making 5 times that amount for the Raiders. You have Tua's about to get $55 million per year. So
they got rid of Deontay Johnson, which was I know a lot of Steelers fans did not like him.
But this is why I love the Steelers and why I think their GM is a genius and why I love Tomlin. It's like Deontay Johnson complains and says, "Hey, I want to trade," and their GM says, "Okay, well, you can go catch passes from fucking Bryce Young on the worst team in football. Have fucking fun with that, dude." He is cutthroat, and he went and he got Fields for a 6th round pick, and I really believe, I'm saying it right now, they still need a center and they need a wide receiver, but in the next couple of years, they're going to be super competitive, and I think their Super Bowl window in about 3 to 5 years, they're going to win at least one. The Steelers will win the Super Bowl with Justin Fields. With that defense, and they add a couple of pieces, they're not going to be stopped. They're so fucking, and getting Queen from the Ravens is insane.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm looking at the Giants and I'm like, why didn't we get Fields for a 6th round pick?
Well, so this is the other side of it. The Bears GM, I thought, was a genius because last year he made the trade of trades, and then he's made some really good moves. And then getting Keenan Allen for a 4th round pick is fucking brilliant. Like, what were the Chargers doing? But then he comes out after the fact that he basically gives Fields away. And I think Fields is a top 7 quarterback. I think he's elite. Even if he hasn't shown it and people criticize him, the dude's a leader. He's got a great arm. He can run. He's basically Josh Allen, who hasn't had the coaching and hasn't really had supporting cast. But when they gave him DJ Moore, now all of a sudden the guy can throw and he's good. So I think they gave him away, and he came out and said, the Bears GM said that there were 4 other teams that made offers, but he wanted to do right by Justin Fields. And it's like, well, why not do right by your team and your city and your ownership and get the most for him? Because he should have gotten a 1st round pick.
Yeah.
Not a fucking 6.
It's crazy how much what you think you're waiting, and the waiting game is the best game to play. But you look at Justin Fields, he probably could have gotten more than that from last year at the trade deadline if they wanted to. Brian Burns, I mean, the Giants got him for a second round pick and a couple other and later picks next year. At one point, I think the Rams offered him 2 first-round picks this year's and next year's for Brian Burns, and they turned it down.
Yeah.
So it's nuts how how sometimes you think you're going to wait and you're going to get a better offer, but for the most part, when you see first-round picks coming your way for an offer, take them.
Take them if you don't believe in the player. Take them. And again, the Bears GM saying, "I wanted to do right by Justin. That's why I made this shitty trade." It's like if you wanted to do right by Justin, keep him on your team, and use that first overall pick and take Marvin Harrison Jr. Now, that offense. Who's going to stop that off? You got Swift in the backfield. You can put him at a tight end. You got Keenan Allen on the outside. You got Marvin Harrison Jr. on the other side and DJ Moore in the slot. That with Fields at quarterback who can run, that offense is unstoppable. And you still have the 9th pick to take an offensive lineman and beef it up. Like, you can't stop the Bears at that point. Now you're going to go and take Caleb Williams, who could be great or he could bust. He should do well because he's going to have all these weapons, but you're not going to get Marvin Harrison Jr. And Keenan Allen has probably a few more good years in him, but he is aging. So you don't have that guy that's going to have a whole career. You're getting the guy at the tail end of his prime. And DJ Moore's probably going to leave after his contract's up. So you had a chance to take that division and possibly go to the Super Bowl in a weak conference, and you've basically blown it up and you're hitting reset.
Well, the thing you're missing is they would have had to pay Justin Fields next year. And what does that do to the roster after that?
He's worth it. Pay him.
Pay that man his money.
I'm telling you, Justin Fields is going to be great. And the Steelers are going to win a Super Bowl. Not this year, probably not next year, but I believe in 3 to 5 years they're going to have at least one.
What about you, Lucas? You got any big winners in the free agency market so far?
I kind of like what the Texans did.
Okay.
I mean, and Danielle Hunter, I think, was a good move.
Yep.
I did the Brian Burns trade was good for the Giants.
Big time.
The second that I can't
our
believe.
Defense now, it could be, I bet you Wink Martindale's probably like, fuck, I would love to coach that fucking defensive line. You got Thibodeau on one end, Brian Burns on the other, and Sexy Dexy in the middle. And then Banks on one end and hopefully Tre'Davious White on the other end. I know they were in the talks for Snead in a sign and tag trade with the Chiefs, but we'll see. If that gets done, forget it. That would be amazing.
Bill signed that safety from the Chiefs that's won a Super Bowl with every team he's been with, and that trend will continue.
So yeah, I'm very excited about our defense next year. Very excited.
I'm also very excited about our defense.
I also hated that the Chiefs were able to keep Chris Jones and that they also got Hollywood Brown. I think that was low key.
Yeah, Hollywood Brown was a very good signing.
Yes, and I think they were like, they lost out on that Mike Evans sort of sweepstakes. I think Tampa's gonna, much like Philadelphia, I agree with both these players are excellent and should be paid, but I think they overpaid for Saquon and Mike Evans. We'll see. Could be a different story, but that's just my take. Before I want to go ahead.
I was going to say the Falcons probably overpaid Cousins, but I think that's a good move because who's going to challenge them in that division?
The Falcons absolutely overpaid for Cousins. He's coming off an Achilles tear.
4 years is a lot for a 35-year-old guy coming off an Achilles tear.
Yeah.
I was surprised by the length of the contract, but
and the guaranteed money.
Here's what they're doing. He's going to try for 4 years. Whether or not he can do it, he's gonna absolutely give it his all. And
but even if he only plays 4 snaps, the guy's getting $100 million.
I know, it's crazy. Before we're done, I want to say how stupid and disappointed I am in Major League Baseball that they started this fucking season at 3:30 in the morning, West Coast time, for the 2 teams playing in the middle of Korea. This is the dumbest idea in the history of mankind. And the baseball's had a couple of bad ideas, but this is one of them. I don't know why. I understand it's probably money. And is it money in the sense of, did they get an appearance fee? I don't know, but there's definitely money involved. beyond spreading the word of the game. Everyone there knows about baseball. They have a Korean baseball league. It's not a new thing. We're not going to Rwanda. Everyone in Korea knows baseball. So why the fuck are arguably the best, not arguably, the best team on paper in baseball, a great rivalry from the West Coast, which is further from Korea than the East Coast, I think. Might be wrong, but I'm probably not.
Time zone wise, yes, but I think
yes,
geographically,
flight-wise, yeah, whatever. But time zone-wise, yes. Then the first, and have that the biggest star in your sport begin its season at 3:30 in the morning on cable. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. It's so stupid. These games, and they play 2 games that count, and then they're going to come back and play games that don't count again. It's so dumb.
Yeah,
I feel bad for the Padres fans. I mean, as much as you can feel bad for a Dodgers fan, I feel bad for them because you got this fucking Ferrari that you want to watch drive, and then you got to wake up at 3:30 in the morning to do it. It's stupid. It's dumb. I know they'll have opening day, but guess what? Opening day tickets at Dodger Stadium are like averaging $5,000 a ticket. So good luck getting one of those. And if you live in LA, you can't even watch the Dodgers home games, I assume, still, because there's that fucking cunt Spectrum deal they got going on.
Yeah.
So really, it sucks. It sucks. And it's dumb. And if you want to build a fucking sport, right, you market it towards kids and the youth the way the UFC is done so smartly. Okay? And you know who's the youth? They're not going to wake up at 3:30 in the morning to watch something. Idiots. You're an idiot if you think they are. You're the biggest star and the biggest game and the national pastime, and you're opening it in Korea at 3:30 in the fucking morning. Whose fucking bright idea was that? That's all I got to say about that. It's so dumb.
The NHL is starting to do that, and the NFL has obviously been doing that.
I don't care if you want to play a game in the middle, but could you imagine if the fucking opening day of the NFL season was in Korea at 3:30 in the morning, and you had to watch the Chiefs and the Bills play at 3:30 in the morning in Korea?
It's going to happen at some point.
Fucking night.
It's going to happen at some point. It will. It will. It's money. They only care about money. Well, they don't care about the fans.
Then take all the money and go rolling it like Scrooge McDuck, because nobody wants to play your fucking dumb sport anymore.
And we're all still going to watch anyway because they got us.
Fuck you and fuck them, Brenton. That's what I say. That's the podcast for this week, you cunts. Oh wait, March Madness. Wait, we got to get to March Madness.
We got to get to March Madness.
Hold on, I'm in the middle of watching this fucking March Madness. I want to get back to it because I'll tell you what. Right now. If you have a perfect bracket still, you're a genius. And I don't know. I mean, how do you now? I just go when I fill out brackets for people because I filled out a couple for the kids and stuff. They were part of school projects. I picked the lower seed over the higher seed every single time. I think I might be 50% right now. Right?
Well, I think I'd read after the Oakland upset that only 1% of the brackets were left perfect. And I'm sure after the if Samford had gotten the win against Kansas, I'm sure nobody would have been at that point.
Like, yeah, how is anyone getting any of these fucking things right anymore? I don't know. How do bookies or bookmakers, how do they get these odds on these games that just came out on Sunday? How do you know what the fucking spread for Samford versus Kentucky's going to be?
They have a supercomputer that runs like a million simulations of the game, and they just go based off the percentages of those simulations.
How many of these computers do they have? They probably need a couple when you got 64 games to worry about, right?
Yeah.
Where's my goddamn remote control? I'm livid right now. I'm trying to flip it to another game.
By the way, I was listening to, do you see Kevin Garnett's comment last week?
What?
He said he knows more college female basketball players than male basketball players. Like he could name.
Yeah. Shaq also made a comment about how the female tournament's more exciting.
You know why? Well, it's not more exciting. First of all, I'm in Cleveland. I made fun of them last night. You guys get ready for their Final Four, the women's Final Four. Yeah, more women are
I'm watching
because there's a better generation there's like a great generation of women players right now. They're having
arguably the greatest who's
age.
ever played is playing right now.
Yes, so they're having a golden age in that, and what college has turned into is a farm system, a developmental NBA system where you develop whether these guys are only there for a year or two at the most. So no need to get attached to them. No need to. It's whatever coach can put together the best 8-10 guys for this month. That's who wins this tournament. And that's why for me, it's so hard to kind of. I never gamble on these. I don't know. I'll do the end games when I've watched enough of how the team's playing. But on the first round, I don't even fuck around. I'll fill out a bracket, but I'm not going to put money down on who I think is going to win each game because I'm not even sure about 16-1 seed anymore. I watched that Wagner, Kentucky with Wagner, whoever they played last night. The longer those teams stay in it in the first half, and most times they'll stay in it for a decent amount of time, the more tense it becomes on the other team's bench. And so, I don't know enough, and I can't. I feel like you're betting on kids. You're not betting on.
Yeah, you are betting on kids. They're 19, 20 years old.
Yeah, it's a little too crazy for me. But
and if you don't know where the school is, you probably shouldn't be betting on them.
True.
Or betting against them.
Like literally, I'm like, there's no way 12 kids. They can't find 12 kids that can hoop from Oakland that'll beat up. But I thought it was Oakland.
No, it's in a very
California.
white, very affluent area in Michigan.
Whole different story.
Mm-hmm.
Whole different story. Do you gamble on individual games?
No. I don't watch college basketball until the tournament, so I'm not betting. I'm
basically
I've taken it all. I'm not doing any betting until football starts up again.
I don't
paying enough attention.
I don't disagree with Sir Charles and those guys about the women's game being exciting because they're having that moment right now with some great players. But overall, when you watch a great college basketball game, there's nothing better. It's better than an NBA game, unless you're watching the Knicks, who play a college style where you have to guard all 5 guys because anyone can score on that team. There's you can't just isolate on 1 or 2 guys or even 3 guys. Anyone will shoot from all, and that's a great way to play. So I love it. All right, I'm going to go back and watch the tournament now. That's it. That's all I want to say.
I got one last thing. Wanted to share this.
Oh. No, first of all,
yeah,
you can't wait to the end to do that, Brenton.
Well, you didn't give me an in. You were too busy calling me a moron.
For those of you just listening and not watching, what Brenton just showed us was a tiny, tiny picture of what I thought was Brenton's baby picture, but actually it's a picture of a sonogram from what I assume is Brenton Biddlecomb's and his beautiful wife's possible baby. Am I correct?
Baby girl, actually.
Oh my God. Brenton Biddlecombe is going to have a baby girl. Holy shit. Congratulations, dude.
Thank you.
I didn't even think your little pecker worked. I'm so happy.
I didn't know either. And guess what? It does.
Oh my God, dude. Oh, I want to give you a hug. I want to give you a big old, I wish I could see you and give you a fucking, you're in for it, dude. A girl. Holy shit. You're going to be going, dude, we're going to be doing podcasts and you're going to be in the corner of cheer gymnasiums where 30,000 girls let's go. Go. You're in for it. Cheer and gymnastics. Brenton's going to know what round offs are. Oh, Brenton. Congratulations,
wait,
dude.
Thank you.
When do you have any idea or you don't want to say it? I don't care.
September 2nd is the due date. But yeah, the shocking thing is that it is a girl. And actually, so we were hoping for a girl. Everyone in my family has had boys. It's been all boys other than my aunt, who has 4 boys. My uncle has a boy. My dad has 4 boys. My brother has 3 boys. My other brother has a boy. So we were really hoping for a girl. and it's supposed to be a girl, but apparently Cassie read something that April 8th, when we do our next test, that's when it's 100% certain. But we had one doctor that did the sonogram and said, I'm 99% sure it's a girl. And then we had blood work and the gene test done, and that said it was going to be a girl. But I guess
But do you see a schmeckle? You see a little schmeckle?
No. But also think about how tiny Cassie and I are. So that baby's going to be teeny tiny.
It's going to be the opposite of fucking Shohei Ohtani's baby.
Yeah,
he just married a lady that was like 6 foot Japanese
married a basketball player. Yeah,
dude, I'm so happy for you, man.
Tiny baby.
September 2nd is my wedding anniversary, by the way. So great day.
Yeah,
great day. That's awesome, dude. I can't. Oh, do you know what that means? Oh my God, Lucas. The week of the draft and all the big draft, Brett, it's going to be T-. Bretton's going to be having a 9-month pregnant wife while trying to draft fantasy football teams. Oh, buddy. It's going to get way harder for you this year.
Oh, no,
You're going to be trying to win money while Cassie's like, can you change the baby's diaper? And you're like, Cassie, I got to fucking concentrate on this. Oh, I can't wait.
I'm going to be sleeping less, which means I'm going to be listening to more football.
Oh yeah, and your brain's gonna get fried.
My brain is just gonna be football and diapers.
This is the year we're gonna trade rape fucking Brenton Biddlecombe. I am gonna take advantage of you so hard.
I'll just turn trades off. That's all I'll do.
Oh, I'm gonna take such good advantage of you. Oh, by the way, speaking of that, I did send out the trophy to. He should have it by now. Hopefully he did. He got it. So I got a new thing put on the side of it for the winner, and so it shall be his for a year. So till we figure out who was going to win it next year. Maybe come back to where it belongs, back in Daddy's arms. All right, Brenton, congratulations. Lucas, you got anything? You want to show us your AIDS test or anything like that, or anything?
Oh yeah, I got it right here. I don't have gonorrhea.
All right, Lucas. No gonorrhea or AIDS for Lucas. Brenton's got a fucking bun in the oven. And I'm not drinking Monday through Thursday. So how about that? I'm winning. I'm a winner.
Oh, I got some wine I got to send you. I got too much. I got too much wine, and Cassie's pissed.
I'm trying not to drink, so send it to Lucas. Wait. I gotta wait for the summer, dude. More. Yeah, let him have it. Lucas, when are we gonna find out that that's your baby? I can't wait. I cannot wait. Guys, we still have to do the podcast, even if you find out that is Lucas's baby.
I think Brett and I have totally different sized babies. All girls are like 10 pounds.
Yeah.
That's true.
I don't think Lucas's baby would fit in Cassie's belly.
Yeah.
Cassie would have to drink muscle milk right now for Lucas's baby if it was inside of her. All right, that's the podcast, you freaks. We love you guys. We're growing, even if you don't think we are. Our fold is growing. And so, yeah, tell people about it. Rate, subscribe, like, the whole fucking jam. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. We love you. Bye.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Thank you very much for joining me. How you been? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Steve Renazizi.